Hey guys, welcome to the Machine Learning Beginner Friendly course part 2. So in this video we are going to learn briefly about the types of machine learning, okay? So this is one of the important concept in machine learning, okay? The different ways machine learn from the data. So machine learning is already part of our daily lives. We already seen in the video 1, right? If anybody not seeing the video 1 means go and see the video 1 so that the continuation of the video 1 will be displayed here, okay? So every time when you are using YouTube recommends a video, Netflix suggests a movie, Google Map find the fastest road. Machine is learning working behind the scenes, right? But here's something interesting. Machines do not always learn in the same way. Depending on the problem or else depending on the issues and the data available, they can learn using it in a different approaches, okay? So now in this today's session we will be exploring a 3 main types of machine learning here and understand them with the simple real world examples, okay? So now we are going to see that briefly, okay? These are the 3 machine learns we already seen in the first video, but in here we will be seen in a detailed way. Why? Because means this one is a very interesting as well as very important concepts, okay? So guys, just you think about the humans learn, okay? Sometimes we learn from teachers who give us answers, or else sometimes we learn by observing the pattern themselves, and then sometimes we learn through experience, or else sometimes we learn through some mistakes, right? So that's how only machines also learn in a very similar way, okay? That's why machine learning is divided into 3 main categories. One is a supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning, okay? For example, a student studying with answer sheet is similar to supervised learning, okay? You will understand clearly, okay, what I am saying, okay? So just you will listen carefully what I am saying so that you will be easily understand these 3 types, okay? So first type is the supervised learning. Supervised learning is nothing but it's like a student studying with answer sheet, okay? That one is the supervised learning. Unsupervised learning is nothing but a scientist finding patterns in data is similar to unsupervised learning, okay? It will be a scientist will not study, he will naturally finding the patterns in the data, okay? And then reinforcement learning is nothing but for example, think like a child, okay? A child learning to ride some bicycle, okay, is similar to reinforcement learning, okay? Let's look at each one in the detailed way, okay, so that you guys are more familiar with this, okay? First of all, we are going to see supervised learning. I already said what is a supervised learning in the previous video also, so now I can say what is called the supervised learning, okay? So imagine your teacher gives you 100 max questions, okay, along with the correct answers. After practicing enough examples, you will learn how to solve the new questions on your own, right? That's exactly how supervised learning also works, okay? So the machine is given input data and corrected answers, okay, or else corrected labels, okay? It studies the relationship between them, and also it will learn how to predict future outcome also, okay? So this approach is widely used because we already have lots of labeled data available in the complete data, okay? That's how the supervised learning is also work, okay? It will like studying the answer with the perfect answer key, and then we will be practicing those data, and we will be providing the output, right? That's why that's called is the supervised learning, okay? So some of the supervised learning we are used in the real world, okay? So supervised learning that shows up in the real world. So spam detection. So for example, in Gmail learns from millions of email already marked as spam or not spam, right? So these are identified by the supervised learning, okay? And then house price prediction. That means based on the previous house sales, the model predicts the price of a new house, okay? That's how the supervised learning will be applied there. Okay, and then disease prediction, that means in hospitals and all we use patient records to predict the health risk. Okay, and then weather forecasting, we already know that weather departments use historical weather data to predict the future conditions, right? Yes. So these are all the examples that are used by supervised learning. Okay, so the machine learns from data, that means that already contains the correct answers. Okay, so the machine will learn the data and it will provide the appropriate results to us. Okay, next we are going to see some of the unsupervised learning. This one is like a type 2. Okay, this one is like a unsupervised learning. So in the unsupervised learning, here the machine does not receive correct answers. Okay, it doesn't give any correct answer. It will be learning with unlabeled data. That means for example, imagine giving a child a box filled with toys. Okay, many toys. So like many toys, many books, fruits and clothes. Okay, a box filled with toys, fruits and then clothes and then mixed items. Okay, a box filled with mixed item, your child will be going to group the similar items. Okay, so without any instructions, the child may naturally group similar items together. So machine do something similar. Okay, the supervised learning and all, it will be analyzing the data, it will be refer the data and discover the hidden patterns. Okay, hidden patterns as well as hidden similarities and relationships. Okay, so instead of predicting the correct answer, they explore the data and organize it. See in the image, this is like a raw unlabeled data. Okay, it contains the circle, square and remote shapes. Okay, so the circle, the model discovers hidden patterns and similarity. That means the cluster, it will be analyzing the data. Okay, it will be containing some circles, some squares. It will be in the third image, you see that data is grouped into many clusters. That means rounds and the circles and all filled in this area, and then the squares are not filled in this area. Okay, likewise it will be going to segregate the items. Okay, that's how unsupervised learning works. Okay, so depending on the structures, I mean depending on the shapes, it will be segregated. Okay, likewise only the data which are present in a group in a clustered format, it will also segregate into the appropriate structures. Okay, that's how the supervised learning will be work. So some of the real world examples are present in the supervised unsupervised learning. Okay, first one is the customer segmentation. That means companies group customer based on the buying behavior. Okay, so the person who are all buying some toys, that persons and all group into a separate area, and then who are all buy some clothes there, that person and all come under some cloth category. Likewise it will be segregating the customer based on their buying behavior. Okay, and then music recommendation, like a music app like Spotify and all groups user with a similar music taste. Okay, somebody likes melody songs, somebody likes some rock songs, so based on the music taste, it will be segregate the persons. Okay, and then social media platforms, so social media platform is nothing but it's like a Instagram and YouTube. Okay, then they identify the user with a similar interest. Okay, and then shopping patterns means like the retail stores discover products that customer frequently buy together. Okay, so this is how the unsupervised learning will be analyze the categories. Okay, so for example, supermarkets, in the supermarkets and all, they discover that people who buy bread often buy butter as well. So they group the people as like similar groups. Okay, so nobody explicitly tell the machine this. Okay, nobody will tell the machine to group like this, so it will be learn by itself and it will be segregate like this. Okay, so this is how the supervised learning will be work. Okay, it will be discover the patterns by itself only. Okay, so this is how the unsupervised learning will be work. Now we are going to see reinforcement learning. So this is that third type, right? Okay, this one is learning from the experience. That means from the mistakes only it will be learned. Think about learning to ride a bicycle, okay? So at first you fall many times, right? But every attempt teaches you something. Eventually, you learn how to balance and how to write successfully, right? Machines also learn in the same way. They will perform the actions. I mean, they will receive the feedbacks and then they improve their decisions over time, okay? So, good action receive rewards and bad action receive penalties, okay? The goal is to minimize the rewards, okay? The reinforcement learning is nothing but it's like learn by their mistakes, learn by their experiences, okay? So taking actions and receiving the feedback and improving over times, okay? So mistakes only teach us to learn more, right? So it's closest thing to how humans and animals learn from experiences, okay? So this is how the reinforcement learning will be. It will be take an action and it will be receiving feedback, okay? Reward for good action, penalty for bad ones, and then improve over time. So it will be improving by the next step, okay? This is how it will be works, okay? Next we are going to see the real world examples of reinforcement learning, okay? First, reinforcement learning powers some of the most exciting AI systems today. The first one will be game playing AI. That means like chess and the game AI, okay? So systems like AlphaGo become world champions by playing millions of games there, okay? So this one is the example, and then is a self-driving cars. So cars learn how to navigate roads safely through simulations and feedbacks, okay? So self-driving cars also the examples of the reinforcement learning, and then robotics, robot training. So industrial robots and all, it will learn the task through a repeated practice only, okay? And then traffic optimization. So the traffic management system and all, smart traffic systems learn signal timings, and then it will be reduce the conjunction, okay, in the real time, okay? These are the major examples of the reinforcement learning, okay? So it will it is just like the humans only, okay? We also learn from the experience and mistakes only. So this reinforcement learning machine also learn from their experience and mistakes only, okay? So these system continuously improve through the feedback only, okay? So now we are going to end of this session. So side by side comparison, so you will be go through this one, okay? How supervised learning works, how unsupervised learning is, how reinforcement learning works, okay? See, it will see this one. So it will be preparing the data, so okay? It will be study the data and it will be give the result. It will be normally naturally segregate the shapes. And reinforcement learning we will be it will be done this condition when it will wrong means it will be practicing more and it will be giving a successful output, okay? This is how the three types of learning will be work, okay? So learn from the data with the correct answers. That one is the supervised learning. And then unsupervised learning means learn from the data without answers, okay? Reinforcement means learn through rewards and penalties, okay? So we will be at the end of this session. So in this session we are completely learn about supervised unsupervised reinforcement in a brief way, right? So I hope you all enjoyed this session. Also you will understand these three types of machine learning, okay? Because this one is very important concept in the machine learning, so that I will be prepare a new session for this, okay? So thank you so much for who are all present in this session. So thank you guys. Keep learning as well as keep growing with Life Changes Academy. So in the next video we will explore more exciting machine learning concept. Until then, thank you, see you there, okay? Thank you guys.